All right, welcome. It's Monday. I'm so happy to be here. Monday yoga for myself and for you. So know that you are along for my practice. I really need this today. Hopefully you do too. So happy Monday. Let's get started. What should we do? Is there a theme? I'm wondering if there's a theme today. Let's see. I know that I'm having some neck issues on the right side, maybe some shoulders. So yeah, let's do that. Let's do some neck and shoulders. All right. Lovely. Let's start seated. And in fact, hold on one second. I have to get my blocks. Just one moment. Awesome. So good. I have a Peace Yoga bolster that I sit on, which is lovely. And then just classic foam blocks. I love foam. The reason why, because when we lay on our belly or when we need to have a little softer, these are great because they're not too hard on our body. I mean, wood blocks are great for other things, but most of the time, Princess in the Pea here, I like a little bit of softness. So let's go ahead and start seated. So good. Just every time when I come to my mat, I have to get my mic closer. Sorry, hold on one sec. Every time I come to my mat, you cannot even believe it. It's just like this response of, I'm coming home to who I am, to the knowing that yoga is going to make me just feel completely centered and beautiful and connected and in alignment with what I need to do for the rest of my day. So, yeah, so that moment sitting on that block or a bolster, getting yourself into the stillness, moving away from the outer stimulation of life and coming back to who we truly are, this spiritual layer of awareness of our highest, most connected, aligned self. And that's why I show up. I show up for myself as well as for you who have decided to either be with me live or to watch the replay. So I welcome you, celebrate you, honor your time here with me right now. This is Jackson, by the way. All right, go lay down. Okay, so root down into the sit bones, wherever you are, on a chair or on the ground or on a bolster or on blocks. Take a couple deep sighs. Just this beautiful in through the nose, out through the mouth. Two more just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, nose. Let it out through the mouth. Wow. Letting the head come up. And since we're working neck and shoulders today, focus on aligning the chin back and forth. So circle the chin forward, circle the chin back, just to connect and float the head in stillness. But first we're moving to the full range of motion, right? Forward, all the way forward, drop, pull back, up. One more. This look really funny. Good. And then take this throat, suction it back in, and then lengthen through the back of the head. And you notice how most of the time we're bringing our head forward, chin is jutting forward. So that exercise of moving forward and back brings more awareness into the backswing, into the suction. This is called Jalanda Harabandha. It is actually a essential tool for the Shuma, for this energetic tube from the base to the power center to the throat center. So that exercise we just did reminds our throat to suction in and back. Absolutely change the dynamics of the throat. Okay, so now that you're set up, let's just do in and out through the nose. Inhale, nose. Yoga is all about breath. Exhale, nose. Inhale. Throat orientation. Focus on the throat. Exhale, open that throat. Expand the audible sound. Inhale. Moving through full cycles of breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Just two more. Inhale. Exhale, nose. Feel it moving, that awareness, the prana from the root. Inhale. To the power center. To the chest. To the throat. Third eye, top of the head. Nice. Last one. Exhale. Back down. Wow. Awesome. Full breath cycles. Just amazing. All right. Now just take the chin right down to the chest. Chin to the chest. Take the shoulders and bring them up and back. It's like cactus arms, just to feel the awareness and the alignment of the shoulders. Chin onto your chest. Chin onto your chest. Elbows towards you, palms up. You're holding something on each side. Good, 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 good. And then reach back for the elbows and just hold the elbows. Pull them down the back. Sit tall. Chin onto the chest. Slowly pushing the chin to the chest. Stay tall. Soft jaw, soft face. Nice. All right, drop the chin to the right. Come back to center. Chin to the left. Eyes are closed. It just feels nice to go inward. Chin drops down to the center. One more. Back to the right. Back to center. Back to the left. And to center. Good. Excellent. Back to center. Chin comes up. Take that right elbow up behind the head. See if you can reach the fingers behind you. In fact, I'm going to come up so you can see. Nice and mindful. I'm going to step. Good. So as I come close to you, you can see. So we're just going to alternate. Stay seated though. Back and forth. Fingertips. That's it. Good. Back and forth. Rotating. Nice. And if you're not touching, like I'm not touching, don't even worry about it. It's that rotation of the shoulders back and forth that we're working on. So we're just rotating back and forth. Wow, interesting movement in the shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Finding that pressure, that resistance in the arms. You can do this seated or standing if you feel like you want to stand as well. I'm feeling sensations in my right shoulder. Usually if you're dominant in your right arm, you're going to feel the sensations in that right tight shoulder. You're just going to rotate a couple more times. Yeah, it's the right side. It's feeling interesting. I was doing some gardening yesterday, so it might be the digging with the shovel, making sore arms. Remember to breathe. Really simple. Get your body moving. Get your arms and your shoulders rotating. Wow. That's it. Last one. Awesome. Whoo! Have fun. Have fun with it. We're just getting our lubrication into the shoulder sockets. Up. Up. Good. Up to center, both arms. Right hand, left wrist. Bring that up and over to the right. Feel the rib cage open up. I know, do not underestimate the power of these simple postures to bring vitality, bring awake mind, bring awareness into the body. That's what we're doing. That's all that we're doing. It's a little bit of movement, takes some dedication coming into the body. All of your answers lie within your body. Healthy body, healthy mind. Good. Other side. Good. Come up to center. Interlace the fingers. Take the hands behind the head. Open it up. You're opening that up. Elbows up. Chest up. Inhale. Exhale. Drop the chin to the chest. Bring the elbows towards each other. Little rocking side to side. Gosh, even just staying for 5 minutes to do this. Don't necessarily have to do the whole class. I always say this. Do what you can. Off to the right. Come back to center. Off to the left. Come back to center. Open it up again. Close it up again. Rock it side to side. Being patient with yourself, not rushing. Stay in the present moment. Good. Release the hands, interlace the fingers behind you. I'm going to take my bolster out and turn sideways so you can see me. So you take your hands behind you, interlace the fingers again, drop the chin to the chest, round down, chin to the chest, round into the back. Bring the top of the head down to the mat. Lift the hips high. It's modified rabbit pose. Heels together, toes together, arms up and over, opening the shoulders. Major adjustments all through my lower back. Pretty amazing. I love it. So good. Not a lot of pressure on the head, more into the knees. Good. Release the arms. Release the hands to the mat. Go ahead and sit tall. Walk the hands to your knees. If it's uncomfortable on your heels, put a block in between your heels. Just going to play with the space between my chin and my neck. And that out. Reaching for the kneecaps. Last little bit of pull in through the side of my, remember I said the side of my right neck is sore, so I'm just extending into the chin to the left, holding on to my kneecap. Good. Inhale, come back to center, chin to the center, over to the other side. Hopefully you feel the same sensations, which is that left side of the neck, which is what I wanted to stretch. Good. Come back to center. Awesome. All right, rabbit pose one more time. That felt amazing. Interlace your fingers behind you. Take a breath. Exhale, chin to the chest. Roll down. Top of the head. Arms come up and over. Feels better the second time. Soft jaw, soft face. Round it into the back. Nice. Release the hands to the ground. Palms down. And come into tabletop, this neutral place with the spine. Classic. If you haven't done this before and it's your first time doing yoga, this would be a perfect posture, perfect asana for that first time yoga person, which is cat-cow. All we're doing is rounding into the back, cat, and then dropping navel down, heart forward, cow. Back and forth with breath. And it doesn't matter. You can do the inhale on the round, the exhale on the drop, or vice versa. Just keeping those long, consistent breaths. Sometimes holding. Fill it up and hold. Let it go, exhale. Last one. Wow, awesome. Now come right into down dog. So you're going to tuck your toes under, hover the knees. This plank, we're sort of planking. Hips back, heart forward, spread the shoulders wide, and then up you go. Awesome. Oh my gosh, so nice. Yay! We live for down dogs. Oh, wow. Just rock from side to side, right into the heels. Why are we doing yoga again? To clear out the stagnation of apana. Apana is the opposite of that vital prana. Apana is essential though because it releases whatever does not serve us, which can be eliminated through heat. It's like the elimination of digestion, all the bad stuff that we're not using. We let that go through sweat, through feces, through urine. That's apana. Releasing stress, anxiety, worry, doubt. That's apana. And leaving room for prana, for life force, for healing, for wellness. And that's why we're practicing our yoga. More space for the good stuff. It's awesome. More space for the good stuff. All right. Gently walk yourself up. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Get the hip creases to come a little higher. Bend the knees. Drape the upper body over the thighs. And grab towards the calves. It's like child's pose. We haven't done child's pose, so this is a great sensation in the low back to stretch that low back out. Gently with the knees bent. Good. And instead of rolling up, just drop the hips low. Nice. And then back up. Come on down. And back up. Couple more times. Inhale one direction. Exhale the other. your own rhythm. This is my timing. Just at the beginning, remember I said along for the ride. Pause yoga practice, and hopefully it benefits your body. If not, you modify. You do what you need, which might be blocks underneath your hands, which brings the floor closer to you, which is always a good thing. If the floor is not accessible, pause about this halfway. I'm going to come a little closer. So we're pausing this halfway point. So you pause here, bring the toes together, and then circle out the knees. Right and left. It's all as well as the feet. You can massage the feet by rolling on each side of the arch there. And then switch directions. Oh, good. Awesome. Pause into the chair. See if you can engage the legs, midsection. Set your torso a little taller. Suction in. Sit a little lower. Pull back. All those adjustments are absolutely mindful. Over to the right. Back to center. Over to the left. And back to center. Heating up the legs. Sit a little lower. Right. Back to center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right and stay. Right and stay. Spread the wings. Sit low. Come back to center. And then stay on that left side. Awesome. Come back to center. Come to stand. Open up the feet. Give yourself an arc. Oh. Nice. Interlace the hands behind your back. And so I like doing right to the webbing and to keeping the wrists together as you push down. It changes the shoulders. Moves the shoulders all the way back. Let you see my feet. Yeah, you can see my feet good. So my feet are forward, pointed forward, hip width apart, ribs in, shoot the hips back. More safety in the back. And then once you are over, head relaxes, navel lifts up, hip creases lift up. You could push the knees back. Let the arms come up and over. Not needing to force it. Just check to make sure you're not clenching your jaw or your teeth. Relaxing the jaw. Good. Release the hands to the low back. Pound it out. Make fists and just shake out the head and pound out the back. Remember, those hip creases are lifting. You have your navel lifting up towards your spine and lots of space in the belly. Side of the calves. Self-massage. Low back. Oh, so good. All right, release the hands. One hand comes down, reaching for my blocks. So for you, maybe there is a block or a chair that you need to use for the left hand down and the right arm up. A little softness in that left knee. And just turn. Oh, so good. Side of the neck. And if your floor is accessible, you could use the floor. Right arm around the back. Open up the chest. Heaviness in the head. Awesome. Right arm comes up. Inhale. Over the ear. Exhale. Hand comes down. Take a forward fold. Hips to the heels. Into a squat. It's working. That apana is leaving. I'm yawning. Yawning's an apana. Release. All right, so I'm going to turn. If you use your block, make sure you use your block. Right hand down now. Turn into that left side. Good. It's okay to bend that opposite knee as well. Side of the neck, you can look down. Real life, you guys. Airplanes, kids. Love it. Hand around the back. We did a little bit of that, exaggerating that shoulder. Release that top arm, let it go over the ear. Come on down, bring it all the way down. Nice. All right, I'm going to move to my mat now. Walk your hands to the front of the mat, your feet to the back of the mat. Hands as wide as the mat. I like the little pinkies right on the edge of the mat and the index finger straight ahead. Move to high plank and then to down dog. And back and forth. Inhale to high plank. Exhale to down dog. Couple more like that. Inhale, high plank. Exhale to down dog. Last one. High plank. Down dog. Okay, so like I said, we're focusing on some shoulders. Come down for your chaturanga. Knees can drop, or you can do straight leg chaturanga. It's fine. Exhale all the way down to the belly. As you get on your belly, and adjust so that your whole belly drapes onto the ground. Then keeping the knees bent, reach back for your feet and kick it up. Kick it up, focusing on the upper body. I'm playing a little bit, so I'm rotating right hip to the right, left hip to the left. Good. And then let it go. Turn the head to the side, let the feet drop. Wow. Toes turning inward, arms down by your sides. Take an inhale through the nose. Let it go, exhale. Turn the head the other way. Inhale, nose. Let it go, exhale. All right, some more heat. Gonna take that and make sure these adjustments are super helpful as you drape your navel forward and pull your hands back, fingertips underneath your shoulders. You'll notice how it adjusts the upper body. Then go ahead and reach for the ankles again. Kick it back. This time keep the knees on the mat and just focus on the upper body. Again. Awesome. Take it down. Turn the head this side again. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Again, inhale. Exhale. All right, so now maybe you're ready for that full up dog, that flexion of the spine. So take the hand right underneath the shoulders. Bring the toes flat. Well, actually, I'm sorry. Bring the toes underneath you and then move through just like a snake, coming into that up dog. Look over the left shoulder. Come back to center. Look over the right shoulder. Come back to center. I'm going to do that one more time. If you need to, come low. If it's too much on your back, you're just going to stay low. Eventually, you'll be able to straighten your arms. Healthy back curves, so you want your back to be flexible, right? Look over the left shoulder. Amazing. Come back to center. Look over the right shoulder. Come back to center. And then through tabletop, spread your fingers wide. Come into your second down dog. With an exhale, push back. And a little bit of rock, hand to hand, heel to heel, calf to calf. Take your time. There's no rush. Just these movements. And if you need to rest, you know that resting pose, their favorite resting pose, child's pose, bending your knees and just setting your hips on your heels. In fact, I think we'll go into child's pose right now. Drop your knees. You can have them go wide. Bring your toes together. Set your hips on your heels. Either stack your fists or not. You can also just rest your head on your hands. You can also reach your hands forward to the front of the mat. Good. Since we decided a little bit of shoulders and neck and head, we can incorporate some of those postures that will assist our shoulders in this child's pose. One of them is just bringing your little pinkies to touch. Hopefully you can see that. Bring your pinkies to touch. Like you're holding a book and you're opening that book. Knife side edge of the hands, and then reach your fingertips to the front. Let your head come through. As much as you can, you're pulling your shoulders up behind your ears. Open up the palms. Keep breathing. It's not as easy as it looks. It's a little bit of a challenge to open up those hands. And keep the elbows lifted and the shoulders up behind your ears. Good. Let the elbows drop. Now tap the palms together. Put the palms up above you and tap the elbows forward. And then drop into it. You can let gravity take your arms, armpits. Breathe. For me, I'm just going to let you know another variation, a little bit more advanced, would be to take 2 blocks and place your elbows on the blocks instead of the ground. One elbow, the other elbow, palms above you. Tap the elbows and then drop your head down. Not a little too far. There it is. Good. In fact, we'll do it one more time. If you have the blocks, good for you. If not, don't even worry. Come out, take a breath. We'll do it the next level up. I turned the blocks to the medium side and dropped it down. Yeah, a little bit more. Pulling inward and bending even the arms. Whoo! A little bit more intense. Know that you don't have to go to the next level. Stay right where you are at the perfect level for you, at the perfect place for you. Gently come out, go slow. I had to move up. I had to move my knees up. Take one hand, take the other hand. This is important as you transition in and out of poses. It's just as important as those poses. All right, let's come into a lunge. Take that right leg forward. You can use your blocks since I have them. I'm going to plant my blocks on either side. framing that front foot, tuck that back toe under, and just extend through that backside. Also, a nice adjustment here is take these fingers, these 3 fingers, bring them into that hip crease, or actually all the fingers into that right hip crease and pull that right hip crease back. Okay, as you pull that hip crease back, settle into the front foot and lengthen through the back foot. Oh, so awesome. Turn into the right shoulder. Belly lifts, lower belly turns, and reach up through that right arm. Good. Frame that front foot again. Settle in, drop that back knee. Oh, so satisfying, that front of the left hip. Looking down, helpful. Any movements? I'm just doing some subtle movements. Left to the left as I drop the hips low. Wow. Good. Right hand on the knee, left hand on the knee. Come on up. Straighten out that front leg. Hip crease, right hip crease pulls back. Settle back in. Not sure if you're ready for this. Don't worry if you're not. See if you can reach back for this left foot. Right hand as well. Pull that hip crease towards you, or the heel towards the hip crease. Lift up. Can you kick it back as well? Lower belly lifts. Nice. Chin comes down. Release that right arm. Release that foot. Go back into half monkey pose and hinge at the waist. Love these. Blocks are so helpful. Use the blocks. Again, that right hip crease is coming back, and melt yourself over the right leg, stretching that out. Navel in, melt forward. All right, plenty. Should we move through a flow? I think so. I'm going to use my blocks on that low end. Straighten out that back leg. Come to high plank. Pause. Low push up. Slide through for up dog. Tuck the toes under, press back to down dog. Down dog on blocks is excellent. You might be able to get a straighter back with this prop just to assist you. Also easier to stretch out the shoulders as well, because you can drop your head down and through. Plenty. Knees come down. We're on the other side. Left side comes forward. I'm going to use my blocks. Just an extra clearing of that apana I was talking about. Apana comes out through the mouth as an exhale. Let it all go. Straighten out through that back leg. Take those left fingers, left hand into that left hip crease. Remember, it's pulling that hip crease back, settling in, strong power through this foot, the front foot, calf, knee, turn. Left hand on the knee, lower belly, lifts and turns. Settle in, front foot, lengthen through that back leg, back kneecap, heel, and then left arm comes high. Harder to turn on this side. More focus is needed. So stay a little longer on the side that needs more attention. Absolutely powerful
rewiring of the neurotransmissions for the side. You want to push a little harder. You want to hold a little longer. Starts to balance out the sides. Weaker side becomes strong. Nice. Whoo. Hand comes down, out through that back heel still. Notice how long this takes. It's a series of breaths, series of movements, pulses, circulating awareness, front foot, back foot, head. Drop the hip low, drop that right knee, soften that back foot. Make sure you're stable. Left hand on the knee, right hand on the knee. So good. Keep the integrity of the lower belly by lifting it up, ribs in. Firing up that front foot. Again, this is my weaker side, so it takes a little bit more effort for me to hold this left side. Right hand reaches back for the foot. Pull it in. Stay tall. Left arm possibly reaches back for this foot. Pull the heel towards the right glute. Lift up a little bit. Pleasant thoughts. Try to balance the side. So what I did was I pulled this heel away from me, letting the chest lift. Again, you're working those transmissions, those nerve endings on that less dominant side, which is my left side, and it's shaking a little bit because I'm more focused on alignment than I ever am. Changing the pathways, changing the meridian lines, opening up the clogged ones, getting the apana out. Stay focused. Quality over quantity. Release that back foot. Come into half monkey pose. Take a breath. Healing, cleansing, and then hinge at the waist. Eyes are still. Trying to keep your eyes as still as possible. You're in half monkey pose now. Straighten that front leg. Drape over that left side. Awesome. All right, how do I want to come out? I just want to step up. Take a little break. Step up. Halfway lift. Let it go. Shake it out. Roll it up. All right, a little break time, a little walkabout, a little pounding of the hip flexors. So good. Oops, got to plug in my computer. I'm almost ran out of juice. Good. Awesome. Plugged in now. Good. So good. Pound that out. Give it a little walkabout. Give yourself a little walkabout. That's it. Just turning off that. Walkabout. Give yourself a little time. Just assimilate all that hip work. There's no need to rush. This is how we create that calm that we need. All right. So come back to the floor when you're ready. I'm going to open the front of the hip creases. So sitting on the heels, let's just lean back. Yeah, that's all it is. It's a lot of space that we created, and maybe there's some new lines that are waking up. So we're just gonna let them stream with prana by opening them up, stretching them out. Focus on pulling the knees away from you, and then the upper body drops back. About 3 more breaths. Good. Gently come out. Straighten or counter stretch that by just straightening one leg and then the other leg. And then again, we're going to sit this time in between the heels. Sit in between the heels. And see if you can do that same stretch front of the quads. If not, just hang out on a block. Reminding you that this is absolutely fine. You can sit on a block. You can also come back this way with the hands behind you. But for those of you that are able and feel like it's the next logical step for you, come back and into hero's pose, virasana, letting that open up. And if it's possible, you can even come a little deeper into that. And about 5 breaths is correct. Not necessarily needing to stay for that long, just 4 more breaths. Gently inhale. Use your elbows. Exhale. Come on up. Use your hands for support. And this time, come into down dog. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes, and press into that down dog. Good. Rocking side to side. And before we close up, let's take a one-legged down dog. So check in between your thumbs, spread your shoulders wide, chest expands, and then drop your head. Push back, ribs in, head drops, even out the hands. Lot to think about, I know. Right leg comes high. I'm going to let it open up. Meaning stacking the hips. Stack the hips. Now close that right hip. Toes pointed downward. Hips in the socket. Lift a little higher. Kneecap lifted on that left leg. Oh, so good. Switch sides. Mindful, straight, just like you're kicking that back wall, knees pointed down. Open it wide, stack the hips. And then square the hips. Keep breathing. Even out the upper body. Awesome. Let that go. Woo! Knees drop. Bring your knees to the right. Slide your hips, your feet forward. And come into reverse flexion. Reverse flexion with reverse tabletop. Fingertips towards your hips. Little bounce in the elbows. Bend into the knees. Open up the chest. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Reverse. And more of the front hip flexors, which I'm feeling like I need right now. That's it. Really good. Nice. A little bit of core strength. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, pull it all the way through and hover right in between your arms. And then back in again. Inhale to lift. Exhale, come through. Again, repeat a few more times. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Know that you breathe how you need to breathe. I needed an extra breath. Nice. All right, walk the hips, feet back to the front of the mat. Almost finished. Good. Tap, tap. Bring the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. All the way over. We'll take about 8 breaths in a nice seated forward fold. Just letting your head drop. If it doesn't go down, just stay about right here. Just letting that happen. Inhale, looking up. Exhale, come all the way up. Crisscross your arms, one on either side of the knees, or right where the IT band starts at the kneecap. Inhale to lift tall. Exhale, round into the back. Chin drops down to the chest, shoulder and neck. Stretch. Hold on nice and tight so you can feel the sensation through the side of the neck and into the scapula. Good. Inhale, come back up. Bottom hand comes on top. Take that over. Inhale. Exhale to round and bring that down. Again, if there's movements from side to side, let that happen. Good. Release the arms and roll yourself slowly down. Keep the heels on the mat and let that extend all the way. Slowly, slowly. Vertebrae by vertebrae as you roll down. Good. Once you're down, hover the heels, hover the upper back. And let it go. Reach up above you. Stretch. It always surprises me how perfect that is with the wall. Woo. Turn the feet out. Let the palms stay by your sides. Take a couple breaths. Nice. Bend the knees one at a time. Give yourself a hug. Knees to your chest, side to side. Yeah, I think this class was accessible for every level. So if there's any first newbie people that you know that can benefit from a beginning yoga class, I highly recommend. The sequence seemed to be nice. Happy baby, or anything that feels good to you to end on. Happy baby is always a nice inner groin stretch, rocking side to side. Then grabbing the feet outside of the pinky toes, you grab them and you push your knees away, let your head drop. Again, inner groin on my right side. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. You can continue that Supta Baddha Konasana, which is more supportive with blocks, keeping the feet together, getting the blocks right in this crease, letting the legs open up, making sure your hips are even, pushing down the femurs down and into their sockets so you have a natural curve in your back. Might need to adjust your upper body and then letting that open. Arms can come up above you and you're all set. We'll just take, maybe 4 breaths. Last breath. Wow. I'm feeling it on my right side, my right inner groin. Go slow. Take the knees together. If you need support with your hands, use your hands for support. Nice. And then these blocks are handy. Just place the blocks right underneath your hamstrings. Okay. Right underneath your hamstrings. And support your pelvic bowl. And it's amazing for any low back pain. It will be eliminated when you just lift up your quads and your strings with a block. And just rest. Made it to the end of class. I celebrate you. I honor you. Thank you for being here, watching live or watching the replay. Let go of that ocean breath and just let your whole body soften and relax. Your hands, let your hands release. Feel your whole body laying on the ground. Your whole body's laying on the ground. Any thoughts that come in, let them come in and float away. You're at your space and you need to stay in this posture. Stay as long as you like. It's a beautiful place to be. When you are ready, go slowly out of this pose. The most important pose in yoga, Shavasana, where you absorb all the work that you just did. Potent space of healing, of knowing your highest self. But when you are ready and you feel the moment, take the fingers and let them touch each other. Let your head rock gently side to side. Wiggle the toes. And bring the knees up. Again, just gentle rocks and movement. And then rolling to one side, fully supported with the arms. Coming up. Nice and slow till the last thing that comes up is your head. Letting that chin come up, your head come up. Couple deep sighs, inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. One more like that, inhale nose. Let it out through the mouth. All right. Namaste. So good. Amazing what yoga does. 1 hour of yoga does. Changes this whole mental game, you know. You are in alignment. You can handle whatever's coming to you. You feel this nervous system out of that fight or flight into that restoration, that powerful healing place that comes only when you connect to this body, you know, to this body. So, all right. Thank you for watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, and let me know if you do watch the replay, and please don't forget to subscribe so that you get notified when I go live. Okay. All right. Talk to you soon. Bye, guys.